Hello and welcome to the very first installment of PitStop from your host, me. A new series designed to bring the news from the automotive industry, which is an industry that never fails to deliver when it comes to the latest rules and regulations of EVs, the most extravagant and beautiful resto mods, and the latest releases from manufacturers that you've grown up with and ones you've never heard of. To celebrate this occasion, I have gone down to my local Porsche showroom and bought a couple of gifts to give to one lucky winner. If you want a chance to win the contents of this bag, wait till the end of the video to find out how you can win. But spoiler alert, it's very simple and it's free. First up, August has seen the release of the highly anticipated BMW M5 Touring, codenamed G99, with journalists getting a first look at their press launch. Some of the headline figures include a 4.4 litre displacement, a twin-turboed V8, and the indoctrination of an EV motor into the mix, which gives us a total power output of 727 brake horsepower, a 0 to 62 mile an hour time of 3.6 seconds, and an electric range of 42 miles. You thought I wasn't going to mention it, didn't you? You thought I forgot. Well, I am and I haven't. It weighs almost 2.5 tons. Now, truth be told, for me personally, it's not that big of a deal. It's not a track car, and as a former Mercedes employee and an AMG fanboy, guilty, heavy cars are nothing new to me. So let's see what it can do when the car arrives to the UK roads and BMW give me one. Let's move on. Next up, the Lamborghini Temerario is the new name in town. It's the new bull from Italy, and as we bid farewell to the Huracan with its V10 and welcome the electrified V8, the latest baby Lambo. Now, I say baby Lambo, but it is remarkably close to its older brother, the Revuelto, in almost every metric, so we'll see how they perform on the road and on the track, and how much the Temerario will cost will play a big part. At least on paper, the differences are negligible. A 0 to 62 mile an hour time of 2.7 seconds, an immense 907 brake horsepower, and capable of doing well over 200 miles an hour. Now, although it's an improvement over the outgoing model, it's nothing new in the realm of Lamborghini per se. But Lamborghini promise it's backed by a soundtrack to ensure the sensory overload is complete. And I'm confident its ability to rev to 10,000 RPM from a turboed V8 has something to do with it, which in itself is mighty impressive. The design of the Lamborghini is quite tame, which is ironic for a car with the name Temerario, which means reckless. But I'm sure there will be an STO, an Evo, a Technica, or maybe even another Sterato version in the coming years that will look like something out of Transformers. Tuthill GT1, which made its first unofficial appearance at an airport in Los Angeles, was officially showcased in all its carbon fiber woven glory, a reimagined 911 GT1 Strassen version. 22 will be made, and I imagine they're all spoken for by billionaire collectors, and well, we all know what happens to them. It will be produced with a naturally aspirated and a turbocharged variant, producing 500 and 600 brake horsepower respectively, which seems not all that impressive by today's standards. But it is worth mentioning it's only going to weigh 1200 kilograms, which is, yes, half the weight of the aforementioned BMW M5. Whilst we're in Los Angeles, something for the super bored and the super wealthy. Mercedes have created what can only be described as a designer handbag come land yacht, the Mercedes Maybach SL680 V8 Cruiser. Quite honestly, I don't know what to make of it. It's slower than the car that it's based on. It gets noise optimized exhaust, an extensive insulation, and an absorption package, which I guess all translates to it's quieter. It's adorned with Maybach jewelry, and from these images I've personally counted 24 Maybach emblems, not including the ones on the bonnet or on the grille. If you count those, it's probably closer to about 250,000, which coincidentally is what I imagine this thing will set you back. And finally, Audi have announced to the world the latest facelift versions of the RS3 Sportback and the Saloon, where we see some changes to the headlights, the rear lights, the front and the rear bumper with a new diffuser. Under the bonnet remains the same 2.5 litre 5-cylinder engine, so same power and same torque output, and the same 0 to 62 mile/hour time of 3.8 seconds. Although Audi do claim improvements to the software to make everything better. Hazard a guess, be prepared to part with near as makes no difference £60,000 of the king's finest pounds if you want to get your hands on one, which is pretty much in line with what the A45S comes in at over at Mercedes-AMG. So that brings us to the final part of this episode. What's in the bag? Well, it's the Porsche backpack, this super slim black rucksack that I'll be giving away in this month's giveaway. It has lots of compartments in the pocket up front here, so you can put your little pen there, which I'll get back to in just a few moments. You've got additional storage in here. You've got this little lead which you can connect maybe your keys, a wallet, and then in the main compartment we have more storage. But that's not all, because in here I'm also going to include this book, which was thrown in. I'll admit I didn't pay for this, but I've paid for the rest of the contents in there. But in here there's a cool little book which has got lots of illustrations and lots of photos of Porsches, parts, and what people have been getting up to. So it's a cool little read, and there's lots to collect. This is episode 9. I personally have 1, 2, 6 over there, but this is number 9. So that was given to me for free, but I'm going to include that in the rucksack. And then somewhere in the depths of this bag is also this, which is a Porsche branded pen. So inside we have this lovely, sleek looking 911 branded carbon fiber look pen. It's crafted beautifully. We've got Porsche written on one side of the lid and 911 on the other, but listen to this. Oh, admit it, that is very satisfying. I don't think it's real carbon fiber, but it still looks very cool. So I'm going to include that in the bag as well. All you have to do to be in the draw is head on over to the website goxcarlounge.com and sign up to the newsletter. You are in the draw. That is it. That's all you have to do. A name will be picked at random and we'll contact you directly if you win and announce it in the next pit stop, which will be in September. And that, my friends, is it for this one. If you haven't checked out our latest videos on the Audi R8 and the GLC 63S AMG, they'll be on the screen, I'm hoping, on this side. I hope you've enjoyed it. We have a couple of road tests coming up in September, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss it. And then we have the Tesla Model 3 Performance coming in October, so make sure your notifications are turned on. Follow us over on Instagram as well. And that is it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.